Pokemon Legends Galar will be the next Pokemon Legends game, which is so cool because I know a lot of people love the Galar region. Guys, let me know if you like the Galar region. It's one that I need to revisit like super bad. So guys, let me know if I should replay through Pokemon Sword or just get Pokemon Shield, because I need to revisit these games pretty bad. Let's take a look at a ton of leaks from Pokemon Generation 8, which we could even see some of these things be implemented into the next Legends game, which is Legends Galar. I'm not sure if it's actually going to specifically be called Legends Galar, so let me know a cool title that you think would be cool for that game, like, you know, Pokemon Legends Eternatus or whatever. Okay, so first of all, Gen 8 was originally planned to have its own group of special Pokemon like Ultra Beast or Paradox Pokemon. They were called Titans, and there was going to be one Titan for each type, plus an additional Kaiser or Emperor Titan. I think this is cool because this could totally be something in the next Legends game, because we're gonna get something similar to how we have like the Rogue Mega Evolution battles, or, you know, like the Titan battle in Scarlet and Violet, but it's gonna be Gigantamax. So we're gonna have like big, I'm assuming they're gonna be like Rogue, I don't know, they probably won't actually call it Rogue, but Rogue Gigantamax Pokemon out there that we're gonna be fighting with a bunch of Pokemon, because we're actually gonna have a group of like 30 Pokemon. We're not gonna really capture Pokemon like the typical capture mechanism. It's gonna be like our friends almost, like our Pokemon are just gonna like enjoy being with us. It's kind of weird to explain that concept, but I could totally see them bringing something like this into Legends Galar. And hopefully we do see some new Pokemon in the game, or like new alternate forms or something like that. But we do have scrapped legendary Pokemon, and now imagine we get to see some of these scrapped legendary Pokemon in Legends Galar, because Legends Galar is going to be taking place 1,000 years in the past. Meaning, like, imagine we have like a legendary Pokemon that just doesn't exist anymore, like that went extinct, but we get to see it in this game because 1,000 years ago it was still around, it was still alive. But of course, at the events of Sword and Shield, like, maybe some of these just, you know, aren't there anymore. So we're gonna have a King Cenozoic fighting dragon, the King version, and then the Queen version is gonna be a Cenozoic fighting dragon. So some more dragon types. Oh, a third one too, a third Ace Mesozoic steel dragon. Those sound amazing. Those sound sick, and I hope to see something like that in this game, because I think Legends Galar, the whole concept and idea and the lore of it too, I think it's all perfect, and I think it'd be a great Legends game, even though I do want Legends Unova one day, or like a Legends Kyurem. Gen 5, I want to see a Legends game based on it, but it's going to get a remake eventually, probably during the Generation 11 lifespan, which I've talked about a lot. I've already made some videos about it. So, also a Joker Paleozoic Dark Dragon, the most heinous, strongest, largest Pokemon. The king of all Pokemon incorporates the abilities of the kings of all eras, has the ability to command all Pokemon, undergoes 8 stages of evolution. 8 stages is wild. That is crazy. I'm kind of glad I didn't introduce that, because that's a lot for people to understand. 8 stages of evolution. It doesn't sound like it's going to be in like an evolution sort of thing where there's like, you know, different evolutions. It seems like it was going to be like this evolution, another, whatever, until it gets to 8, which is weird. What is interesting though, Gen 8 was actually originally a prehistoric game. It was originally prehistoric themed. The original codename was Rex, which I hope they're going to use that inspiration to give us like more dinosaur, more fossil type Pokemon, because that just would be cool. Like, totally full circle. And like I said, the lore of Gen 8 already, I think is really cool. And especially putting all of that into like an ancient form is such a cool idea. There were 3 types of Pokemon in the Pokedex. We got the Cenozoic era, easy to understand, cuteness and coolness that would appeal to modern people, popular even as pets. So probably like the smaller, cuter Pokemon, I guess, right? Mesozoic, weird Pokemon, jokes, gags, indigenous, local, regional colors, characteristics emerge. So you know, a little bit more of like a kind of different Pokemon, I guess I'll say. Paleozoic era, passed down through myths and legends, ancient times, wonder, awe, mystery, mysticism. So with Legends Galar, I would assume it's going to be mostly like Paleozoic era theme, with what they're saying, where it's like myths and legends, the ancient times, wonder and awe. I would hope that's like the main overall theme of Legends Galar. Because not saying that Gen 8 was bad, I just think this sounds cooler in a way, but we do have all the lore of Gen 8 already, which I think is cool. So with the ancient Pokemon Gen 8 game, they have so much to like cover, and so much lore and so much like history that they can really fall back on, especially with all the scrapped content. And the Gen 8 beta starters was a Cenozoic Fire Dog, we had a water, no animal mention, and a grass rabbit. So we did get a rabbit, we got a fire rabbit, but I mean, I don't think they would really do anything with this for Legends Galar, because we're probably just gonna get the typical like other generation, other eras of Pokemon in this game as the starters. I would assume it's probably gonna be Snivy, Litten, and Popplio. That's like the biggest, you know, fan concept idea out there just because it's like they haven't had their time to shine. Because their counterparts, like in, their starter line or whatever you want to call it for their generation, they've all gotten some love and, some special treatment. So it's up to these 3 Pokemon to get some love next. However, I did find the beta, like, kind of concept Slowking design, which is not hard to find. So here's somebody's mock-up of it, and this is the concept art right there. And then somebody, of course, made it into, like, a better picture so you could actually see it. But this could still happen. Like, this could totally still be in Pokemon Legends Galar, this specific Slowking, because it's in the concept. And I swear, and I'm pretty sure there was a picture of, like, a Score Bunny in it. So people are like, no, we're going to get Score Bunny. No, we're going to get the same starters for the game as we did in Gen 8. But I don't think so necessarily. I don't think they would give us the same starters that we had in Gen 8 in the same, in another Gen 8 game. And here's some of the proto decks from Generation 8. So of course, we just went over the starter Pokemon. And then next we had 3 different birds, a golden egg, ugly duckling, and then mother goose. We also had ancient giants, which I definitely think is going to be the same kind of Gigantamax giant, in the game, because we have leaked concept art pictures of exactly that. So 1 for each type: ancient, giant, Kaiser, king and queen combined, Paleozoic Pokemon. So it's not going to necessarily be just like a random giant Pokemon. Well, technically it is a giant Pokemon, but they're going to use the same kind of concept, I think, and then put it toward just ginormous, random, wild Gigantamax Pokemon. I wonder how many there will actually be, and we're probably going to get new forms for that as well. And I just recently made a video about that, actually, so let me know some Pokemon that you would just love to have receive a Gigantamax form, because, there's so many Pokemon to pick from, and so many would be really cool, and I hope they're going to give us a lot, because ZA gave us a lot of Mega Evolutions, like, oh my goodness, an insane amount of new Mega Evolutions. So if we're going to go with that, like, same kind of concept idea, I would assume this game would also give us a lot of Gigantamax forms. At least that's what I'm hoping, because Gigantamax is definitely one of those evolution gimmicks that, like, I kind of, like, glazed over. Like, this was my time of living where it's like I wasn't huge into Pokemon, so I want to get back into Gen 8. I need to replay the game, so yeah, let me know again, like, which one I should play, because I need to replay one of them, especially since we're getting the new Legends Galar game soon. I think it's going to release 2028 or 2027, though, depending on, like, if anything gets delayed or whatever, or canceled. Game Freak, do not cancel it, please, because I think it'd be sick. I really, really think this would be such an amazing game, especially since so many people have grown to love Gen 8. I know a ton of you guys that watch these videos love Gen 8. Like, Gen 8 was your first game. A lot of people also do love Gen 9, of course, but, like, specifically Gen 8 seems to be really, really popular. So let me know your favorite generation. What was your first generation? Make sure to stay tuned for the next video, because I'm actually going to do a part 2 to this, because there's a lot to go over. We've more stuff to cover, so turn on those post notifications so you don't miss tomorrow's video, where I'm going to cover the other half of this information of what they could potentially do and bring over into Pokemon Legends Galar. I feel like I just keep waving my arms back and forth, but it's going to be sick to see more leaks come out of this game, because, Terra League 3.0, it's calling our names, you know what I'm saying? So if you are real and watching this far in the video, comment down below Game Boy, just the word Game Boy to confuse those people who are not watching this far in the video. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.